So we're coming up to the end of the year. So the average person right now is just focusing on gifts, focusing on presents, focusing on the holidays. But see, that 1% of businessmen, that 1% of the men who understand that they have to close the year strong are making sure they have the strategies in place to start the next year with power. So in this video, I'm going to share with you some strategies that are going to help you not just close the year strong, but set the next year so it could become the best year of your life. And if you found value in this video, just make sure you subscribe to the channel so you get notified next time that we put a video like this. Let's begin. So even though we start the holiday season, not everything that is around you requires your attention. Right now, you're going to be bombarded with sales, with ads, with parties, and you have to be focused to quiet the noise in your mind, to quiet the noise of anxiety in order for you to conquer the storm, because your ability to quiet the noise around you or in your head is going to give you the unfair advantage in 2023. Because don't get me wrong, 2023 is going to be a shit show. 2023 is going to be a year that's going to challenge every single one of us. And your ability to stay focused in the middle of the storm is what's going to give you that unfair advantage. See, lack of focus is what brings men uncertainty. And the moment that you lose your certainty, you start losing the edge. It's easy to persuade a man that is constantly chasing the shiny object. But it's hard to persuade a man who knows where he's going, that single focus, and he won't stop until the job is done. Because that's what you need in order for you to succeed in 2023. You need to be single-minded and focused to make sure the job is done. The biggest difference between high achievers and average achievers is the ability to get shit done. And if you want to succeed in 2023, you need to make sure that you increase your capacity to become more productive. See, I believe that a man with the edge could do more in 100 days than the average man does in a year. That's what I teach, compounding time. Because compounding time will allow you to be able to succeed while other people are just scrambling to get by. So what is compounding time? So you probably know what compounding an investment is. Compounding investment is a powerful investment concept that involves earning returns on both your original investment and returns that you received previously in that investment. But in order for compounding to work, you have to reinvest your returns back into your account. That's what compounding time means. Compounding time means whatever you put in every single day, you have to double down on you, because you are the biggest investment for your company. You are the biggest investment for your family. So you have to make sure that you continue to invest in yourself, continue to invest in your growth. That's how you compound time. You have to learn what's working in your life and what's not working so you could actually double down on the things that are working and get rid of the things that don't serve you. That's how we're going to be able to accomplish more than 100 days than the average man does in a year, because we're going to compound time. We're going to reinvest that energy, reinvest that insight, reinvest everything that we have every single day into our biggest asset, which is yourself. Because whatever you do daily will create a habit, and habits determine your destiny. So you need to make sure that you're compounding time the next 100 days by making sure you're aware of your habits and get rid of the bad habits and focus on creating the habits that will get you to the next level. So how do we compound time in the next 100 days? I'm going to give you 6 strategies in order for you to be able to accomplish this. Number 1 is create urgency. The reason that most men procrastinate is because they don't have urgency. The lack of urgency makes them think that they have time for tomorrow, or they have time next week, or they have time next month. Don't wait for the world to create urgency for you. You create urgency on your own terms. You need to make sure that every single day you have that urgency that's going to push you to the next level. Because whatever is urgent and important, you will find time to do it. Most people say, man, I don't have enough time. I don't have time to work out. I don't have time to work in my business. I don't have time to work in my marriage. But the reality is, if you get a letter from a lawyer tomorrow saying that your wife wants a divorce, will now be an urgent time for you to talk to her? If you get a doctor telling you that you're going to die in the next 100 days unless you work out, would now be a good time for you to work out? See, we're all going to make time for things that matter. Make sure that you create urgency before the world gives you bad urgency that you don't want. The second is prioritize what's important. See, I know if you like me, we're constantly doing everything for everyone else because you wanna connect with your customers, you wanna take care of your employees, you wanna take care of your family. The reality is, if you focus on everyone else, who's focusing on you? Are you becoming weak because you're giving everything to everyone else? Are you not taking care of yourself? See, a weak king will make mistakes. A weak king will make weak decisions. You need to make sure that you feed the king every single day so you get stronger. Because the moment that you feed the king, you're gonna be able to take care of those that you love the most. The reason that most men struggle in life is because they're constantly reacting to life, so they don't take care of themselves. You have to ask yourself, what do I need to do in order for me to have the right mindset, the right work ethic? I need to make sure that I get stronger every single day. You have to feed the king. The next 100 days, you have to get stronger because your life depends on it. Your wife depends on you. Your kids depend on you. Your business, your purpose, your mission, and your vision depend on you having the strength to overcome challenges. So you have to prioritize the time and double down on you. Number 3 is focus on the big picture. The next 100 days will create a ripple effect in your life. But you have to make sure that the ripple effects that you create are positive ripple effects. That you're focusing on the big picture at the same time paying attention to the little details that are going to get you closer to that ultimate image. Make sure that everything you do align with your big vision, with the mountain that you want to conquer. Because every single day, if you focus on the vision, it's going to create a pull. And every single day is going to pull you towards that vision, and you have to push yourself in order for you to make that vision into reality. If you focus on the big picture, the next one of these should be setting you up for the big picture. The next one of these are going to be able to create a foundation for what you want. If you focus in the next 100 days to create a plan of action that's going to get you closer to that ultimate vision, you're going to be able to compound time, because you will do more in those 100 days because you have a clear picture of where you're going. And every single day you ask yourself, how can I get there? What can I do today to get closer to the big picture? What must I do today in order for me to get closer to what I want in life? And number 4, get clear on who you must become. See, a lot of the times we get caught up on the how. Raul, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? But the reality is you need to step into the who. Who do you need to become in order for you to accomplish what you want? See, one of my big pictures, my big vision, my mountain I want to conquer is I want to fill up Madison Square Garden with 10,000 men. And that's my big vision. That's my big goal. That's the pull that pulls me every single day to create an event where I fill up Madison Square Garden and I have thousands of men finding their code to the edge. And every single day I know who I must become in order for me to accomplish that. But the reality is this version of myself right now, I may not have the capacity or the influence to be able to do that, but I'm getting there. And every single day I'm sharpening my edge. Every single day I'm compounding time to make sure I'm getting closer to the ultimate image. But I know who I must become. Because at the end of the day, your current reality is a reflection of who you are. If you want to change your reality, you have to step into a different version of yourself. And the moment that you step into that man that you need to become, you no longer will tolerate anything less than whatever validates who you are. That's what's going to happen. The moment that you get clear on who you must become and you step into that truth, you step into that version of you, little by little, people around you are going to start treating you different. You're going to have a certain edge about you. You're going to talk different. You're going to think different. You're going to have a king mindset. But that needs to happen the moment that you know who you must become. Because most of the time, men are walking around as sedated warriors. They don't know who they must become. They know who they need to be for their wives. They know who they need to be, who they need to be for the employees, who they need to be for their customers, but they don't understand who they must become in order for them to accomplish what they want. So get clear on who you must become in the next 100 days to get closer to that vision that you have. Because when you raise your standards, your habits will change. You will no longer tolerate anything less than what you want in life. That's how you change the game. That's what you're going to focus on in the next 100 days. How do I raise my standards so I can step into who I must become? Number 5 is set measurable outcomes. You have to make sure that what you measure gets done, because if you're not measuring, if you don't have clear outcomes that are measurable, it's just going to be a dream. The next 100 days, I don't want you to have a dream. I want you to have an outcome. I want you to make sure that you have a check mark every single day that you're doing or not doing. That's how you're going to be able to see the patterns. And in those outcomes, those measurable outcomes, you're going to start looking at the patterns and ask yourself, what's stopping me from getting to what I want? Am I serious about getting what I want, or am I just bullshitting myself? Am I committed, or am I just interested? But you need to make sure you have a measurable outcome that will give you feedback, that will give you pattern recognition. And ask yourself, am I just making excuses, or am I committed to getting things done? So pay attention to your excuses. Pay attention to the things that you say you want versus what you're doing in life. Because in order for you to break bad habits, it's going to require you to get rid of your excuses. In order for you to get what you want, it's going to require you to get rid of the things that don't serve you. And those are the excuses. Every single day you have to ask yourself, am I making excuses, or am I focused on bringing results into my life? But you can do both. And number 6 is learn how to take feedback. See, I believe that God is always looking out for us and giving us exactly what we need, not what we want. And see, a lot of the times we get triggered because we don't get what we want. You may not get what you want in your business. You may not get what you want from your wife. You may not get what you want from your kids, but you're always getting what you need. And what you need is feedback. Feedback of where you need to get stronger. Because if you're getting triggered by certain things because there's a weakness inside of you, and you need that emotional fitness to ask yourself, why do they have power over me? Why does this bother me so much? Is there truth behind it? Or can you level up and lead like a king? Because at the end of the day, life is always giving us feedback. We have to turn that feedback into fuel, because your ability to take that feedback will help you expand and grow. If you're arguing with reality, if you're not coachable, if you're not listening to the feedback and looking at the patterns, you're always going to be banging your head against the wall, hoping the door will open. See, insanity is doing the same thing, expecting different results. It's time for you to do something different, because at the end of the day, in the next 100 days, you're going to end up somewhere. But the question is, who are you going to become in the next 100 days? That's the difference between a man who has the edge and compound time. He focuses on who he needs to become, what is the outcome that he wants, and who he needs to become in order for him to get what he wants. So let's recap. Number one is create urgency. Don't wait for the world to give you urgency. You create urgency in your own terms. Number two, prioritize what's important. Make sure that you're feeding the king. Make sure that you're taking care of yourself so you could take care of others. Number three, focus on the big picture. Create that pull so you could be pushing every single day to get you close to that ultimate image. Number four, get clear on the who. Who must I become in order for me to accomplish what I want? Number five, measurable outcomes. Make sure that every single day you have a way of knowing how you're winning in life or how you're losing in life. And number six, learn to take feedback. Life is always about feedback. Life is giving you exactly what you need to level up and lead. And if you don't like the feedback that you're getting, that means you have to change. If you don't like your income, if you don't like your business, if you don't like your life, well, you are the problem, but you're also the solution. Make sure the next 100 days are better than the last 100 days. Make sure the next year is better than this year, but it's all up to you. Don't become a victim of your circumstances. Become a creator of your destiny. Because at the end of the day, you have the choice. You could choose to be a victim, or you could choose to become a creator, but the choice is yours. Make sure the next 100 days, you compound time and you level up because the best is yet to come. Learn it, live it, experience it. Love life. If you're a man that's looking for the edge, go to findmynextlevel.com to join us on a 30-day challenge. This challenge is going to give you the system and the process so you can find your code to the edge.